never taking a seat. From the first note to the last, we're never done. This is the anthem for everyone. Power, turn it up, pick up the pace, here we go, let it roll. Power and fire, we're taking control. SMC Studio, we stand tall. Protect the channel, will never fall.
Are you really gonna look at this cute face and not subscribe?
Well, hello, all of you string picking guys and gals out there. Welcome back to the String Pickers channel here at my obscene studio. So how you guys doing? You doing okay? Today's episode of String Pickers is brought to you by Pick Rash. That's right, string pickers. Pick rash is a thing. Look at your favorite guitar that you've ever owned in your entire life, and you want to keep that guitar completely scratch and dent free. You bought it brand new. It means a whole lot to you, and you're trying your best to not put one little mark on it. So you play it and you're careful while you're playing it. Then you get into that jam and then you really start working on it. And then before you know it, you got a big, huge dull spot right in here. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Pick rash is a real thing. Scratches are a real thing. If you want to keep a guitar nice, you're going to have to figure out how to keep from doing that or how to fix it. We're going to fix it. String pickers, I have went out and ordered some Chemical Guys VSS Scratch and Swirl Remover. Now, don't get me wrong. I do know that you're never going to get rid of all of them. But if we can just get rid of the majority of them, then it would make things a whole lot easier. So I went and bought some of this right here. This is safe for all paint jobs, for all colors, and it finishes like a fine polish for use with hand or with machine. Restores mirror-like shine in one step. I'll believe it when I see it, because I have never had luck with scratch removers. I mean, they say they do something and they don't, and I know a scratch from a gouge, don't get me wrong, but this is fairly simple to do. It's a one-step process. Actually, there's two steps in it. I am going to be using a machine to do this with. Doing it by hand, I've tried that on some little thing that I had scratches on. It wasn't a guitar, and it did okay. But I think that if we got the drill out, which I have, pow! Give me all your money. I know you got some. Along with this drill, I have gotten some buffing pads. I have gotten some cleaning pads with this. This little box is, I'm going to put a link in the description with this stuff on it. This was a fairly decent deal that I got, and it's got all kinds of these, everything from somebody, right there's your adapter heads for the drill. Everything from small to large sponges, and then these buffing wheels. So I am going to do this one, and the best thing I like about this is when you're done with one, you can just Velcro it right off, and then when you want it back on there, you just put it back on there just like, and it's ready to go. String pickers, one easy step may apply with the hands, but with the drill, it calls for putting 5 little dots on there, running across at a slow RPM, and then finishing off with a high RPM until everything is real clear. And then once it's clear, then all you got to do is let it set for a minute and then just wipe it off with a microfiber cloth, and it will restore some shine. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt it. What I do doubt is fixing up some of the scratches that I've got on some of these guitars. Pick rash is the only thing that I'm really concerned about, because that's where I do most of the damage to the guitars that I have ever bought new, is pick rash. Get heavy into playing something, and every single time you'll scar that paintwork up, and it's just, you hate looking at it. So you try to polish it out, you try to McGuire's wax it out, and just for some reason it's always there. So I'm going to review this product today, this VSS, and we're going to go through Richie right here, and we're going to shine him up and see if we can't get rid of some of the scratches on him. And I'm going to put you guys on the bench with me and let you have a real good look at some of the scratches on this guitar. I just want to see how it does, and if it does good, hey, then we got a good product. This is like $10. It's like $9.99, $10. And I think, if I ain't mistaken, that was around the same price, but I don't know. We'll put that on the screen right here. That thing sneaks up on me and just scares the crap out of me sometimes. You got to watch, I'm telling you. So let's go ahead and get on the bench and let's try this stuff right here out. Okay, guys, we got him on the bench and we have taken the strings off because it's time for that. And also, I want to put some Howard's feeding wax on this neck right here and see if I can't get that to better condition itself and seal that up. I did spray, if you're wondering what that shiny stuff is, it's got fingeries on it, but take a good look under the light. You see them scratches. Now don't mind this stuff up here, that's my arm sweat and stuff, but I'm going to clean it up. But you see all that? It's just horrible. It's just absolutely horrible. So I'm going to clean this thing up, and then we are going to, that's a good before shot. I'll show you the difference before and after once we're done with this. But I'm going to clean this thing up and see if we can't get this looking a whole lot better. So the first thing that we are going to do, of course, is put some Howard's feeding wax on the fretboard. It has some of that fingeries on it, and it kind of soaks it up. But with the humidity and the trouble that I'm having with humidity in this studio, I want to, every time I change strings, I want to go ahead and condition these fretboards and seal them up a little bit. And yesterday, which was the last video, I guess it'd be like 3 or 4 days for you guys, I had actually done Lieutenant Dan, and it said to leave the stuff on there for about 20 minutes. Well, I'm here to tell you it stayed on there over an hour, almost 2 hours, because that Fesley, when it showed up, it was dry as a chip, and I messed up. I should have never ever taken that guitar for just needing 1 or 2 coats. I should have just went right ahead and conditioned that thing really, really good. But yeah, since I'm a firm believer of Howard's feeding wax now, I'm just going to do the fretboard, because that other one turned out fantastic. I mean, it was just amazing. I just couldn't believe. And looking at it this morning, it looks great. That's all I got to say, is it just looks great. So hopefully it'll hold up. My little campfire humidifier thingy is not putting out enough to raise the humidity in the studio. So I ended up having to get another bigger humidifier, a cool mist humidifier that I've had in another room in the house that we don't use often in there, and went ahead and put it back here. So hopefully it's helping. It was at 30% earlier, and it's up to 38% now with the big one running. So hopefully it does a fantastic job of raising the humidity in this studio, because I do not want every guitar I've got back here to start showing fret sprout, all that good stuff, and having to do all that fret work. I don't mind doing fret work. It's a thing that has to be done, but at the same time, if you can prevent it, if you can just keep from having to do it, then I would much rather do that. Like I said in my last video, I'd rather be playing instead of fixing. But fixing's part of it, string pickers. You're here for a reason. That reason is to see how we're going to fix scratches today. So we're going to look at that. We're going to see just how well this stuff works. It says to put 5 dots on the buffing pad, or not the buffing pad, the sponge pad, and then that should cover a 2-foot by 2-foot area. And I used this on a small little test piece earlier, because I wanted to do that before I run into doing anything on this guitar. And so got her cleaned up a little bit. There is some scratches all the way around that, all the way up here. I don't know if you guys can see reflecting in the light, but there are scratches everywhere on this thing. So what I am going to do is I am going to put some of this stuff on one of those sponges, and I am going to get around as much as I can with the drill, and then the rest of it I'll just wipe down with a cloth and get that taken care of. That way it's looking okay, you know, because I really do love this guitar. Oh, forgive me, by the way, I messed up a little bit of that intro song there, but I picked this guitar for that song because I wanted to, number one, showcase it like I have in videos past. Number two, this was going to be the one that was getting this done to it first anyway. So it needs it the most. I have one other guitar I need to do this to, and that is red, my Ibanez RG. It has got really bad pick rash. This one, the pick rash ain't so bad because it's got a raised top and it kind of contours down a little bit. But that Ibanez is just flat across the top, and it's got a lot of pick rash. I'm supposed to put 5 dots. Let's do one in the center. First, we have to start off with a slow RPM. I will say I do have fans going and ventilation. So if you're in an area where you're closed off, this is an eye irritant and it does have a bit of a smell to it. So it's best to do it in a ventilated area. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the board or go around the guitar like so. And we change batteries because our battery is dead. Ha! Always pays to have an extra battery. Okay, so now we're going on speed 2.
Time to live the dream. Clouds on mine, but you're right here with me. Get ready for the
Okay, and that, I want you to check this out now. This is what I love about this system. So we're done with that sponge right there, and I want to buff.
'cause we're breaking free. So grab your pick, we're making noise. Let's bet some strange girls and boys. Well, hello, string pickers, you know what to do in this obscene studio.
All right, so that was the second step, I guess. They say 1 step. I think it's actually 2 step. But so now, well, all I've got to do is get out clean microfiber cloth. And guys, you can buy these from Amazon. I think you can get like an 8-pack, something like that. They're relatively cheap. When you're working with your guitars, this is the absolute best thing to use, using anything else. And plus the fact that if you keep using the same one, you're going to wind up with scratches, just like, you know, some of the scratches you've seen on here. They can be caused by using a dirty cloth on your guitar. So that's something that you need to take into consideration whenever you're cleaning or waxing or polishing your guitars, is try to have a clean rag. And these are washable. You can wash these. Okay, so once we got that put on there, we run it at 1 speed and then we run it at a 2nd speed. Once we run it at 2nd speed, we let it sit for just a minute, took a towel, we've cleaned everything off, and I am going to tell you that it is not that great. Look, definitely looks better, I will say that, and has taken care of some very minor scratches, but at the same time, let me bring you down here so you can see. Okay, so you can see with the light shining on it, you see how there's a bit of a haze on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over it again with some cleaner and see if we can knock some of this haze out. But back here, I mean, it's just, I don't think that it done as great a job. It may be a little shinier than before, but I just don't see it doing a fantastic job. Let's go ahead and try a cleaner on it and see how if we can get that haze off of there and see how that does.
Well, hello, string pickers, you know what to do. In this obscene studio, I'll tear right through. This is our channel, we're here to shine. Guitars in hand, we're crossing every line. It's a power surge, no slowing down. I'll show you how we rock this town. From your screen to my soul, we connect.
Now this stuff usually requires setting for about, I don't know, I think it was like 5 minutes, if I ain't mistaken. So that's what we're going to do. For about 5 minutes, we're going to leave this stuff on here. I've always used McGuire's, not for a scratch remover, but just to bring back, you know, some shine on guitars and stuff. Okay, so we're going to let that set. And while that is setting, I'm going to move you guys to where you can see. This is the back of this guitar, and it has multiple scratches on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to get another sponge for the drill, and we're going to do this side with that sponge. And instead of using a buffing wheel, we're going to wipe it dry.
From your screen to my soul, we connect and ignite. The rhythm's alive, let's turn it up tonight. So grab your pick, feel the fire rise. Together we stand, and we'll reach new heights. Well, hello, string pickers, you know what to do in this.
We've got that. This is set for a few minutes. We are going to, I got some down in here and I took that out and cleaned out around the crack. It's kind of hard. I know I should have just taken those off before I'd ever even started and then put them back on, but I kind of want to see how they do the plastic too, if they bring out any kind of shine, if that'll help. So what we're going to do is wipe this down. Now this side has got quite a few scratches. I don't expect it to really do wonders for this side either. I expect it to be the same as the front. The scratches are going to look the same as they did before. It's not going to make much difference. It does put somewhat of a shine back on it, but you can just see, you know, it didn't seal up any scratches whatsoever. I mean, there's no, and I didn't expect a whole lot out of it, but I mean, yeah, it shined it up, but it didn't take care of the scratches at all. So that's 2 thumbs down. Now that this is set on here for 5 minutes, we're going to wipe this down and see how this does with McGuire's on it. Okay, put the McGuire's on it. Did not help. I would rather do McGuire's than I would. If you look at it like this, it looks great. You know, it does. There's a couple of spots that I've missed, buffing it out and everything. It looks great, but it doesn't get rid of the scratches. I mean, see that? All that pick rash right there? That is not going away. It's just, that's completely terrible. It will not work. So I tell you what though, I'm going to put some McGuire's on the back, but before I do that, I'm going to give you guys a good look at that. See, this is the back. No change from what it was before. None whatsoever. No matter where you put that light, there's scratches and just, it's terrible. Okay, so we put McGuire's on the back, and we're going to let this sit for about 5 minutes, but I did want to go through what the back of this bottle says. It says, directions, hand application, work on cool surface, which this is. Shake well, always work 2 foot by 2 foot section at a time, which is basically, this is under that. Using a polishing pad, work with VSS scratch and swirl remover into the paintwork to remove swirls, scratches, and oxidation. Remove excess residue using a premium microfiber towel to achieve brilliant shine. Follow by applying a coat of your favorite chemical guys, wax, and sealant. Okay, We have done that to the front of this guitar, even though we did not use their wax and sealant. We used McGuire's rotary application because that's what we're on. Apply 4 to 5 drops to desired pad. Prime pad with Chemical Guys pad conditioner. Now, I did not do that because I watched a video on this and all they did was put it on a pad. And that is my fault for not knowing this, but it didn't know that you had to have a pad conditioner. But I don't think that is going to matter when it comes to getting rid of these scratches and stuff on the front. And here's where it says set the machine to 1,000 to 1,500 RPMs to spread product. Always work 2 foot by 2 foot sections at a time using just the weight of the machine. No pressure. Work around in 3 to 4 passes until polish becomes clear. For final pass, adjust speed setting to 12 to 1800 RPMs. Work until optical clarity has been achieved. Remove residue with a clean microfiber cloth. Follow applying a coat of your favorite Chemical Guys wax and sealant. This simply just does not remove scratches. It says right here, scratch and swirl remover, finishes like a fine polish, for use by hand or with machine, restores a mirror-like shine in one step, safe for all colors. Now on the back, it says Chemical Guys VSS is an all-in-one swirl remover that creates a mirror finish. The advanced polish is formulated using diminishing abrasive technology to quickly remove swirls and scratches and oxidation on all painted surfaces. Scratch and swirl remover delivers a perfect finish in less time while being equally effective on single stage and clear coat paints. The ultra refined swirl remover is engineered and achieved the finest level of optical clarity by removing imperfections and efficiency by optimizing work time to deliver perfect results. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not perfect results. I do understand that it says scratches that are fine to medium. I would love to know what their fine and medium is, because it ain't cutting it. It's just not cutting it. So let's wipe off the McGuire's. It's been on there long enough. And let's get a good look at this back. Now this looks decent, but all the old scratches are still there. Every one of them. All the old. Now this will glare. Let me see if I can turn that down a little bit. See, you can see when I move across, all them old little fine scratches from being handled, all of that's still there. Yeah, it does bring up a mirror shine finish, because look, you can see stuff reflecting off of it, it does do that, but why advertise it as a scratch remover when it doesn't do that? I don't understand that part of it at all. That's what I don't get. And look at the front. Let's turn the light back down here. Okay, yes, mirror-like finish. It does shine it up. I'm not complaining about that part at all. If that's all they offered was just a mirror-like finish, I'd be sold on it. But look, there's scratches still there, and just minor scratches, just little minute scratches where I have cleaned this out over time. And like, see this is pick rash. A lot of this is pick rash. And to prove that, we're going to rub this down right here. See, rubbing it down doesn't help. It's pick rash. That's what that is. Now, standing back here, yeah, that is a beautiful shine. Beautiful shine all day long. I'll take that. But no. Well, I am going to get the strings back on this thing, and it was time for new strings, and I'm going to put some strings on this thing and get it all tuned back up and everything, and then I will go to thoughts and opinions. Let's just go to ratings. Scratch and swirl remover, no. I give this about 2.5 stars out of 5 stars, and I will tell you why. If it doesn't do what it is advertised to do, then it's no good in my book. It just ain't. I have yet to find a scratch remover that does exactly what it says it's going to do. This one is just not going to do it. I mean, does it put a mirror shine on there? Yes. I mean, look at it. I had to go over it with Meguiar's Ultimate Liquid Wax, what I usually go over these guitars with once I clean them up, buff them out and everything. But without Meguiar's, it just looked kind of hazy. And now, of course, it does not, but you can still see the tiniest of scratch. You can still see it. It didn't seal or remove anything. I went over it with 3 or 4 passes. I've done it at 2 different speeds. The only thing that I didn't do was use the pad conditioner. And somebody out there is probably going to say, well, that's the reason why it didn't work. Well, I look at it like this. It didn't put any new scratches on this. It just didn't get rid of the ones that were already there. Now, I like the shine. I do. I really like the shine. I love how this is. I mean, look at this thing. Look at it. Look at it reflecting in the light. Look at that. Look, I mean, yeah, it made it look good. And that's why I got 2.5. The only reason why, that's the good part. The con is this. It just didn't take away any scratches. I still see them. I can hold it a certain way, and I can still see every scratch that was on it. It did not remove swirl marks. Now there is one moderate scratch down here behind the tailpiece. I didn't expect that to be took away at all because I know how the scratch removers work. But the rest of the little scratches, the tiniest little scratches, it just didn't get rid of all of them. Now, I'm just going to say this. If you're going to sell a product and you want good ratings, that product has got to do what you advertise it to do. If you advertise that product to get rid of minor to moderate scratches, I expect to see results. And I didn't. And I hate making videos like this. I really do. I just hate making videos where something gets a bad rating because I'm not talking down about the company or anything. It's just disappointing to me. And I want you guys to be able to see a product work really good and then go for that product. I'm not sponsored by that product or any product that I use on this channel. I'm not sponsored. I'm totally transparent about it. This is my First Amendment right to free speech about anything and everything I want to talk about. I'm not doing it harmful in any way. I'm just saying if you're buying this stuff, then just look for a shine. Look for a mirror-like finish and expect to see your minor scratches still there. I still have pick rash and it's still there. That's the main thing I wanted to get rid of. I don't mind, having a little, just as long as it's not as noticeable. And it's not from back here. I mean, look at it. Do you notice a pick rash? No, you do not. Do you notice scratches on the back? No, you do not. Because we're at a distance, but for the guitar player, for the person that is picking up the guitar and playing the guitar and looking at it and going through it with a fine tooth comb like we do here on the String Pickers channel, you see stuff like that and you want a product that's going to fix it. And it's just disappointing to get a product that advertises that they will and then fails to do so. Looks good. Absolutely just shines like a diamond. But that's the only thing that looks better than what it did just a few minutes ago. I put the strings on it, put some brand new Diodarios on there, stretched them, but went over them, stretched them about 4 times. And then now I'm just going to let them finish stretching throughout the night, which usually that only requires real fine tuning the next day. But yeah, it looks great. I mean, it really does. That's the one thing I'm going to say is if I use Meguiar by itself, it wouldn't look this good. But using that and then going with the McGuire's on top of it, it looks fantastic. I mean, it really does. And it says to use a wax and sealant on top of this once you get it wiped off and get everything buffed out. And that's what I did. And it does. It looks great. But it did not get rid of the swirls. If anything, and I mean anything, and I've not noticed, if anything, it might have knocked them down a little, but I can still notice them. That it looks the same as it did before. So, except now it's shinier. It looks more new looking. And, so but guys, that's what I got for you today. Old buddy Richie is looking rich again. At some point in the future, I am going to probably swap these pickups out right here and go with some different pickups, but I still want to keep that gold top. So I'm probably going to end up going with something a little bit different, maybe a little higher output, not by much. I think maybe, just a little bit hotter, but I still want to keep that classic Richie sounds. So if anything, I may just look for new covers, may just get the new covers. I don't know, because those are getting a bit worn. I did put some wax on them, shined them up pretty good. But yeah, that's it today, guys. Look forward into the future. It's about time for me to do my guitar collection 2026 edition. And I want to show you what I have this year as opposed to what I had last year at this time. Last year at this time, a lot of things have changed since then. And I may go back and talk about some of the guitars I've had that are now gone, and some guitars that I've got new and in the studio, everything. So yeah, look forward to that coming in the future. As always, guys, I pray that you and yours are having the most blessed day ever, and I pray that God is with you all. Until next time, later.